Okay, welcome to the Hellion Rocks and Bleach Banks Radio. I got a special treat for you today. Steve Beneath from the ground beneath. What's happening, man?
What's up, brother?
Just doing the rock and roll thing, talking to some cool rock and roll people, trying to get the word out about the rock is not dead. We're just regrouping for another assault. You know what I mean?
There you go. For the battle. That's right, baby.
It is. It's a battle every day. You know, there's the way the world's changed, the way the music industry's changed is, not a lot of radio stations are playing the music that they should be playing, for everybody to listen to. So we've got to do our part as an underground movement to get the music to the masses.
That's right. Absolutely, man.
So I'm really excited. Ground Beneath, brand new record, self-titled.
Fine.
Tell me about that record.
Well, let's see. I kind of regret calling it self-titled already because I've had to explain to everybody. They're like, oh, cool, so it's just self-titled. I'm like, no, it's literally the two words self and titled. It was kind of a dumb joke. I always like to throw a little dumb humor in there, but now I'm like having to explain it to everybody. So it's really
I get it. I get it, and I dig it, man. I think it's cooler than shit.
Right on, man. I appreciate that. It took forever. We've been in the studio that we finished up in. We finished this record about 2 weeks ago, and we've been in that studio for 2.5 years, and this is the fourth studio that we were recording this album in. So if that gives you an idea, dude, it's been a long process, and I've gone through some band members, but what's good is, I finally got probably the sickest drummer I've ever played with. Anybody who's from Albuquerque will probably know the band 86. Anybody who's from LA will probably know the band Outlet. Brian Scott, amazing drummer. We all call him Bareface. But he studied with Ray Luzier, and, he's a good guy. He's a great drummer. So it's a good situation now for sure.
It is. That record is quality, man. It's clean. It's the production quality is really, really good, and I'm enjoying listening to it.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it was actually, it took forever, but we had a lot of fun, and we filmed everything. Pretty much every day we were in there, we did film everything, and we are going to put out a DVD at some point of just, besides road shenanigans and all the famous people we've been able to meet and hang out with and open for, we are going to put a lot of studio footage on the DVD, so it's going to be pretty entertaining. It's pretty ridiculous.
Right.
So look forward for that, man.
I really enjoy when bands do that. It's cool when they put out a record and then several months or a year later or so they repackage it with the studio stuff and additional bonus tracks. I like when they do that. So that's a good idea, man. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I love that stuff too, man. Especially when it's a great record, and hopefully everybody digs what we are putting out. It's coming out January 17th, so I'm very excited, man.
Nice. I know. I've had it for a few days now, and I've been getting lost in it. I've got a review coming out real soon, and I'm going to be headed to that show on the 17th. So people get out and check it out. And so tell me all about the Ground Beneath, man. How did that happen for you?
I was in bands forever. I've been playing guitar since I was like 10. I've been playing in bands pretty much since then. I've been playing bars since I was 14. So I don't really know much else, especially in the adult world. But, it's just been a lot of fun. We just travel as much as possible and play different cities and states and meet tons of cool people. And we've gotten to open for a lot of our heroes, a lot of bands that we like. And we've become personal friends with some of them, which is amazing, to, like you said earlier, have people's phone number that, you grew up listening to and stuff like that. And it's awesome, man. It's been really fun.
Yeah, that's one of the things about the Ground Beneath that I have noticed is, I'm talking to you from New Mexico, and I know you're a New Mexican band, but you get out, man. You've broken the boundaries and gotten out and played. And I think a lot of bands, I don't know if they're afraid or if they just don't have the wherewithal to break free of that the boundaries and get out and make a name for themselves. Where I check out the Ground Beneath sites and stuff, and I see you in California, I see you Arizona, I see you get out and do it, and kudos to you for taking that leap.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it definitely is kind of a leap of faith sometimes, especially being kind of a DIY project, we're on my label, no one's really financially backing us except for us, so it's all about what we can put together, and the support, it really comes from our friends and families, and that's it, so we've gotten to travel all around the country. We can pretty much draw our crowd in about 13 states now, which is cool. But obviously the main CD release show is at the Launchpad here in Albuquerque on January 17th, which is a big Friday night show, but then we're going to have 4 other CD release shows in different cities because, we do well there. We draw there. We have friends, so it's a good situation. We're going to hit San Diego on January 26th, LA the 28th, Phoenix the 29th. I think we're going to hit the Bay Area somewhere in there too. And then we play Gallup on February 15th, and we're opening for Soulfly, who we've become good friends with. So, yeah, it's going to be excellent, man.
Nice. I just, in fact, I ran into you just recently at the Soulfly show. I did an interview with Max. Great cat, so that's good, man. That'll be a good, combination of the Ground Beneath and Soulfly. I can see that being a great show. I might have to make that one.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll have tickets for it, so if you are in the Albuquerque area, free delivery if you want to buy a ticket. So
there you go, man. Cooler than that than having a musician on the go bringing tickets to you, man. It's cool, and you've got a cool vibe about you, man. It's always you feel that much cooler when you hang out with Steve.
Right on.
So, man, let's get back to the brand new record. There's some interesting song titles on that record, and I think you know the ones I'm talking about. Why don't you give us a rundown?
Let's see. We got, there's so many songs. We were working on it for so long. A couple of them are passing tracks. So it is 15 tracks long, and I really wanted to do a long record because the last couple albums were 7 and 8 tracks, and people are like, this is a good EP. I'm like, no, it's full length. They're like, it's 28 minutes running time, But this is an hour and 8 minutes. I'm pretty lame with song titles because I have trouble remembering the lyrics, much less the song title, so they're usually just one word. There's a song we've been doing forever called Mine, which people, especially here, they know to yell out the chorus and whatnot. I probably haven't sang the chorus on that song in 3 years because everyone knows it. We got some, I can't even remember. There's a song called Choke, which kind of references maybe a little Godfather piano wire around the throat maneuver.
Absolutely.
I only write songs when I'm in a really bad mood, so there you go. But yeah, man, it's a heavy record. I didn't realize it was so heavy until we were really mastering it right at the end, and I was like, wow, there's only 2 ballads on here. Everything else is like total death and destruction, which is good, man. It's what we needed, I think. So there you go.
It is. It's a deep, dark album. It's raging, man, and it's full of some really cool grooves and stuff. And I think people, when they pick it up, they're going to be surprised.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'm definitely a fan of the heavy tunes. Big Tony Iommi fan. Obviously, Max Cavalera, you mentioned, just writes immortal riffs. Zach Wild, Dimebag, 2 of my favorites. So I'm definitely a fan of the riffs, and when you got a good rhythm section, excellent drummer, everything just kind of falls into place. And we've had a good time writing and recording it for sure.
That's it's funny you say that because it's I can hear the influences that you have. I can where you took your influences from, but yet you've done enough to it that it's your own music.
Oh, thanks,
that's cool.
Man. Well, that's always the goal. Everybody's always going to rip off their favorite players, and even the guys that we rip off are going to say that about their favorite players. So, it kind of passes down, I was talking with my dad about this the other day, and he's like, well, one song you're definitely ripping off Down, and then the other song you're ripping off this band. And I was like, but that's how we do it. And for time immemorial, all those guys are ripping off Hendrix and Zeppelin and Sabbath anyway. So, yeah, you just do your best to make it your own and have a good time. Hopefully it translates to people. I think people are digging this band and what we do, especially on the road. So it's been a good time, man.
It's I've been fortunate, and I got to see the Ground Beneath several times, and I got to say the live performance is really fun. You're not just a stick on stage, dude. You have fun with the crowd. You make it enjoyable.
Yeah. Well, I like to have a good time for sure. We're primarily kind of an older 21 and over, bar band. I don't want to say bar band, but you know what I mean, like kind of the older crowd draw. We do well on stations like 94 Rock and 1025, where it's kind of an older crowd, because that's kind of the music that we play and we grew up with. And I like to have fun with the crowd, man. It's, for the most part, it's not a bunch of little kids, and you can kind of hopefully people are good sports, but you can kind of get into it with people, and it's a good time. We listen back to recordings of shows all the time, and when we're traveling on the plane or in the car, and I'm thinking to myself, I can't believe I really said that to that.
Yeah, I've seen you call people out for things,
yeah.
and it's pretty funny. It's pretty cool,
Yeah.
Guys look.
Well, people. Yeah, they think, when you go to a big show or even a small show, a lot of people just think that things are happening on stage and there's like a bubble there. And I remember having that mentality too when I was a kid, but it's just funny if someone's like going outside. Now, sometimes they're going outside to smoke or whatever, say hi to a friend, but I call them out, man. I'm like, you think there's a brick wall on this stage where I can see you take it off? And, in the middle of the song, even if I miss some lyrics, it's just funny to see people's reaction, bro. I dig it.
And I like that too, man. I like it when when a band decides that it's no fun for me when you got to get a band up there and they're playing the record as it is on stage, to perfection. But what's the point then? You can go listen to the record and hear that. I like somebody I interviewed recently said they love it when they go to a show and the band punks their record, and that's what I like.
Yeah, I agree. Well, you're definitely going to get a little bit of that with us, because one of the main reasons is a lot of this stuff was tracked a long time ago, at least for my parts. The guitar, almost 100% of the guitar tracks were done about a year ago. So these songs, we've been playing shows all summer and stuff like that this year, obviously. Dude, these songs have already changed. So, it's not going to be the record note for note at all. So it's a good situation, I think. I agree.
Nice. So we've been talking about this new record. Let's play a track. What is your favorite track off the record? What should we play?
Oh, it's so hard to choose. I promised my drummer that we would wait to premiere a song called Memphis. We're going to wait to premiere that on January 5th. It might be the first song we push. I'm going to go with a song called Blame. It's kind of long, but we're probably going to end up doing a really cool music video for it. And my aunt actually played cello on this song, and she's in the Phoenix Symphony Orchestra. So we had a real musician in the studio for a few days.
Nice.
And I love this song.
All right. We're going to check out Blame by the Ground Beneath off their new record, self-titled. We'll be back in a few minutes.
I'm so tired of trying so hard with nothing in return. My anger
All right, that was an exclusive listen to Blame from the ground beneath their new record, self-titled. That's pretty cool, man. I'm glad that you got, like you said, there's some classical music into there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we've been playing that song live for a long time, and I think adding the cello just kind of made it a whole new animal, as my drummer Bareface would say. But yeah, it's super doomy with that cello, and we started miking that up and seeing how we were going to mix it and stuff. I was like, oh, this might be really cool, you know. Because sometimes you experiment with stuff and it doesn't really work. But we had a few guests on the record. My dad also played some lead guitar on, I guess, the song after that, Lost in Me, which we'll probably push at some point. So yeah, it's good, man. It's a good situation having guests.
That's good to hear, man. So you're going to be doing some promotion for this. You're going to be hitting on a local radio station, 90 Parade, right?
Yeah, it's going to premiere. There's a song called Memphis, which is definitely one of the heavier ones. It's going to premiere on The Edge and 94 Rock. Sunday, January 5th. One of them is at 9 o'clock, one of them is at 10 o'clock. I forget which one's which. But our good friend Matt Oreo, who, man, I've been watching that guy play drums since before I was 21 for sure. But he's going to do us a solid and get that playing on those stations. And then we're going to be on Erica Viking's morning show on Monday, January 13th. We'll probably do something with Swami Rob that week as well. So yeah, we're going to be in the Alibi, the Journal, a lot of good folks covering us, including you, which I appreciate. So thank you again.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's what it takes. I know far too many artists that they'll make a record or they'll put a band together and they're just going to sit back and say, okay, where's the fame? And where's the fans? You can't do that, and days have changed. We've got the internet now, and the days of handing out flyers are gone. You don't see that happen anymore. And a lot of people, they get on their Facebook page and they'll post, oh, we're going to be playing this. And then that's it. Yeah. You've got to get it in people's ears, eyes, and all the time. It's a constant assault. You've got to make people aware of what's happening. And, you're doing that, which is cool, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's, you don't see people handing out flyers anymore unless you're in the ground beneath, because we still do it. We flyer everything we can. We text all our phone numbers that, probably half the people listening to this are rolling their eyes like, oh, great, I'm going to get a text before this next show. Of course you are. You know what I mean? Because we promote in every way possible. We don't even, we're losing sleep doing so much promotion on the internet, like you said, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, email lists. We've got a .com that we like to keep up to date, which a lot of bands don't have anymore as well. We're making physical flyers, big show bills to take to guitar stores, record stores, obviously to the venue itself. A lot of bands, they don't do any of that. They don't get it. Like you said, one event on Facebook, they post it, and they expect people to walk through the door. I mean, you're selling yourself. You're selling your band. And my good friend Johnny Jonah from this band Warner Drive in Los Angeles, he actually is a guest on the record too. But
oh, nice.
He told me, especially in a city like LA, where we actually do real well now, but people in LA, they'll need to hear a band's name 10 times, and the 10th time they hear that band name, they actually check it out. They're like, oh, I've heard of that band, but the first 9 times, it basically goes over their head, and so I keep that in mind. And it's like the ground beneath, TGB. You see that circle logo. You see that font, which I own. You see that over 10 times, you're going to be like, you know what? Maybe I should check this band out because they're, being crammed down my throat or whatever. You got to get your name out there. Absolutely.
That's true. And I can testify to that. I've got probably still in my possession about a dozen or so TGB flyers from different shows.
Yep.
I do get text messages from you about shows.
Yep.
And here's what's cool is on my official Hellion vest that I wear, the only band pin that I have on there is the TGB band pin.
Very nice. And that's a cool vest. I have seen it.
So it's true, bands today and people that are trying to make it in there, it's a brand. You've got to get people to acknowledge it, and you've got to be associated with it. The Hellion rocks. I resurrected a nickname I got from a long time ago. I went and saw Judas Priest on tour, and got drunk, and they made it on stage during the Hellion / Electric Eye for all of like a few seconds before I got thrown off and hit the concrete. And my friends go, "Dude, you're the Hellion, you're the Hellion." So
that's awesome.
I thought,
awesome.
What better way to get somebody to rally around than the Hellion Rocks, and that's my mission is to help bands get heard that normally wouldn't get heard on regular outlets.
Awesome, man. That's a good mission to have. I mean, you're definitely selling a brand no matter what company you are these days, but especially for this kind of music. I mean, ask bands like Kiss and Iron Maiden. They know that no one's buying records anymore. I mean, obviously the true fans are, but they're selling their live show, and they're also selling, the Kiss casket and the Trooper beer. So, it's a brand. You buy in the brand. Yeah.
So speaking of that, man, we got some cool new merch going to be coming out?
Absolutely. I am finalizing a merch order today. We're going to have new shirts, finally some new chick shirts, which I have not had in a while. So all the ladies will not be mad at me anymore, possibly for 10 minutes. But, yeah, man, new T-shirts with the new album cover on it, some dates on the back, and new 8x10s, the whole nine. So we'll have it all set up at the Launchpad and all these other places we're playing, absolutely.
That's cool, because my TGP shirt's getting a little worn out.
There you go. Mine, too.
I have to replace it. So we've been talking to Steve from The Ground Beneath. Give us your website info, man.
Yeah, thegroundbeneath.com. All one word, easy to find. We've got everything linked there. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. We're everywhere, really. YouTube, we got our own YouTube channel. We're going to be posting a lot more to that this year with some of our dates coming up. Just, we're just trying to show you some ridiculous stuff and really the pure comedy of touring musicianship.
That's awesome. One thing that I did notice about you, too, is you do take the time to stop and talk to the fans and the lovers, which is awesome. And I'm thinking that online you do respond to the fans, too, so that's cool.
Oh, got to, man. I love it. If you don't have fans, then you don't have anything. So
that's right.
I definitely want to make sure everybody's having a good time, sure.
And one other thing I noticed about you that makes it the standout thing is I catch you at shows all the time, man. You're not you're out supporting the local music scene. You're supporting the other bands. At the same time, that's a two-edged sword. You're showing your support, and then you're getting your name out there. So that's what we need more of. Right.
Well, there's no better place to have a stack of handbills in your back pocket than at a big show at the Launchpad or the Sunshine or really any city that you're playing. I was just in San Diego visiting my brother for Christmas, and we're playing a show there in a month. So I had a big stack of flyers in my back pocket, so everybody got one. Every record store we went to, yeah, you got to do it.
You see that? Listen, people, listen to that. It's not dead. We can bring it back. It's just going to take a little work on our parts.
Yeah, it's hard work. It's elbow grease. It's the real thing. So maybe some of these younger folks, and it's great to see new bands coming up, but it's not all
Absolutely.
iPod, PSP. It's microwave generation. It's not going to be instant gratification. You got to work for it, man.
Nice. Oh yeah. By the way, the new record, self-titled again, is it's called physical copies and electronic copies, right? You've made some hard copies of the CD. Cool.
Yeah, man. We'll have definitely plenty of CDs. We got download stickers to where there's a sticker the size of the record jacket. You peel it off, put it on whatever you want, and the backing has a code to download the record. So I thought that
very
was
cool.
Obviously it'll be on iTunes, Amazon, CD Baby, everywhere, man. Everywhere that the last ones were, for sure.
Nice, man. So we've been talking to Steve from The Ground Beneath. This is going out to 140 countries, man. Tell the fans what you want to tell them, and then we're going to sign off.
Oh, man. The Ground Beneath, Tim, Brian, Steve, we love you guys. We will see you soon, hopefully, in your city. If we're not coming there anytime soon, message us on Facebook. We will talk to you. We will get it set up. We want to see you. If you want to see us, let's make it happen. thegroundbeneath.com. The new record's coming out January 17th. Yes.
Cool, man. This is the Hellion Rocks, Bleach Banks Radio. We'll see you soon.